Welcome back. You're still watching the news show. A very special interaction we've planned for you with Venu, MD and CEO of India and South Asia operations of Hitachi ABB Power Grids Systems, who's joining us. Venu, good afternoon. Great to have you. I've been observing your commentary and the line of work the company is in. Clearly, there's so much activity happening, be it in renewables, be it overall, networks. There is a lot of importance or focus coming in on the requirement of reliable power infrastructure. And you are in the middle of it. You have the front row seats of what's happening. What are your observations? The CapEx cycle really taking off?
Yeah. So thank you, Ajay, first of all, having me in your show. So let me just give you a helicopter view of energy transition. As you talk all of them, if I put in a one single buzzword is the energy transition. So what's basically happening is the energy mix, the generation energy mix is changing and every part of the world. And you have also seen in India, we have already reached 100 gigawatt of renewable. And then we have a very ambitious target of 450 gigawatt by 2030. And while energy mix is changing, there is also the demand evolution is taking place, the way in which the consumption pattern is changing, like electrical mobility or transportation, and then industries and so on and so forth in that. So all this thing is putting tremendous pressure on the grids. So grids need to be evolved. The future of the grids are bidirectional flow, and they need to be evolved to taking care of these kind of the changes in that. So that's exactly where we believe that while the renewables penetration is one aspect of it, which will definitely create the huge amount of demand, and at the same time, electrical mobility and the data centers, the new forms of the sector, such as data centers, electrical mobility, and data, all those kind of things will also fuel the growth of the various opportunities for companies like us in that. So for Hitachi ABB Power Grids, so we are in the midst of providing the technology for our traditional sectors, such as utilities, industries, infrastructure, as well as the new sectors which are emerging, like data centers, like mobility, and also the power quality solutions in that. Ajay.
So, we've spoken to some of these entities on our channel in the last couple of weeks who've been talking about the data center surge. A lot of real estate companies are saying this is a new category of real estate, actually.
Yeah.
But it involves a lot of technology. At the same time, I just broke the story of how Indian companies are really taking a giant leap, leaving behind their legacy form of power generation and moving towards green and hydrogen renewables. JSW Energy, we understand, is taking a big step, among others, Indian companies. So there's clearly a lot happening on ground. How is your business visibility improved because of that? Let's discuss specifics in volume terms, because I did observe your order flow have improved. So what are we talking about in terms of numbers? Ballpark, 12 to 18 months far out.
So thank you once again, Ajay, for that question. But as you know, as a listed company, so we don't give forward-looking statements. But definitely, I can give you some pointers. We are having a clear strategy, and our strategy is a growth-oriented and both profitable and sustainable. So we continue to say this, and we are focusing on, in addition to our traditional sectors, also the new growth segments, what we call as the high growth segments, such as the data centers, mobility, I talked about in that. And we have taken several, leading actions, and that's the reason why we are saying that, our plan is to grow higher than the market. If market is growing at X percentage, and our plan is to grow higher than the market. So that's the reason we have taken several initiatives, including, investing in our CapEx. Maybe we are one of the few companies, we did not stop our CapEx during even pandemic thing. At this point in time, we are expanding our factories, putting over the new factories. All these things not only take care of the demand locally, but also to the exports markets. So we have a clear growth levers. One is the domestic market, and then the exports. Our strategy is to take the exports to 25% in the short-term period, and also the service. With so much of things taking place, we believe that the service opportunity, especially the digital offerings, has a huge amount of potential going forward, and that's the reason we are investing in that. And we also want to take the service, which is right now around 10 to 15% of our total orders, to take it to 15 to 20% in the short term to medium term.
So clear. Okay, that's very meaningful that you want to take export component from 15 to 25. What
Yeah.
about domestic? Assuming 75 would remain domestic, how much capacity are you operating at?
No, we are,
Addition and
there are
capex you have planned?
yeah, sorry. There are many factories we are really working almost full in both the shifts. For example, our railway traction transformer line is fully operating. We are able to cater to the Indian Railways as they want to become a net zero by 2030. So we are fully operating on those lines. So there are some lines where we have a capacity, and that's the reason we are planning to send this to exports. And exports, we have a two-pronged strategy. One is that we will be directly exporting to the customers around those countries where we are allowed to operate. And the second one is also we will export the components to our feeder factories around the world, as we are a global company there.
Yes, that is important. Lastly, I would want to understand how are you bringing technology, global expertise, and decades of the kind of expertise and precision and technological upgradation which you have accumulated over these decades to India, to make offerings from here also very high quality.
Absolutely. I think this is very interesting question. As Hitachi ABB Power Grids, we have been in India for the last 6 decades. We are investing continuously in sustainably, not only in investing in our factories, in our product lines, but also investing in our people, ensuring that in the people, both in the research and development and engineering and other skill related domain expertise. We are creating these kind of things over a period of time, and then today we are able to take care of these kind of changes happening in the as part of the energy transition to get into the new area. So if you really look at our product portfolio, is not only confined only to the transmission and distribution, but right from the generation, transmission, distribution, and the consumption standpoint. And that's exactly we are leveraging right now as we speak.
Outstanding, Venu. Very nice commentary coming from you. We will have a detailed chat offline as well. I'm very keen because you do have a pulse of a lot of things on ground. Great chatting, and thank you so much for your time today.
You take care.